That's better. All right, guys. Hey, welcome to tonight. Wedlock Warriors Wednesday chat session. What do we call it? Warrior Wednesdays.
Warrior Wednesday.
And we're excited to be here tonight. We are Wedlock Warriors. We're Jeff and Maggie now. And we're going to talk tonight about specifically dealing with the pain of rebuilding a marriage. We know that there's a lot of emotions involved, and a lot of them are really, really deep, and a lot of pain felt when going through something like this. And we want to talk through a few things that might help you with that process. So who are we? We're Jeff and Maggie now, like I said before, the founders of Wedlock Warriors, and we're here to help you with your marriage rebuilding process. We came from a marriage that was completely torn apart, completely broken, and we were able to put it back together better than ever using a 5-step formula that we outline in our free report, where you can get it on our website, wedlockwarriors.com. It's a free report, 100% free. Just go ahead, head over there after this video, wedlockwarriors.com, download the free report, and you will get the 5 most important steps you're going to need to start rebuilding your marriage today. And me and Maggie put that report together, put a lot of thought into it, and whittled down to the 5 most important steps. Without these 5 steps, we wouldn't be here. We wouldn't be able to help you out. And so that's the whole idea. The whole premise of Wedlock Warriors is we have been across the minefield that a lot of you guys are in right now. So if you're struggling in your marriage, if you're not sure you're going to make it, if you're talking about divorce, or if you think that might be your only option, or you're just not having a real solid feel about things, we've been there. We've made it across that minefield, and the best way for you to get across that minefield is to follow in the footsteps of somebody that's already made it across, safe and sound, and that's what we're here to do tonight. So tonight's topic, enduring the pain of rebuilding your marriage, or just some real quick tips about dealing with the pain of rebuilding your marriage and how we can go ahead and help you with that.
Well, first of all, guys, understand that pain is normal. This is part of the deal. I know that sometimes we think that there's something wrong with us, or that I must be experiencing depression, and the answer to that is no, you're not. What you're experiencing is a loss. And so really the only thing that I could compare it to is the death of a loved one. It's the same kind of a mourning that you go through. And so just know first, that is normal. It is 100% normal to feel that loss, to feel that emptiness and that pain that you have inside of you. So don't be discouraged by that. Just know that's part of the process. That's the first step in this.
Yeah, don't be surprised. You know, you're gonna feel angry. You're gonna be, well, for lack of, you're gonna be pissed off. You know, sometimes you're gonna be crying. Sometimes you're gonna be up and down. You know, it's not gonna be a very stable feeling, and that's okay. That, you know, I think a lot of people get confused. They're like, man, I shouldn't feel this way, or it should be easy. It's not easy. There's nothing easy about it at all.
And if somebody tells you that it is, they've
never done it before. Right. Yeah, those people haven't ever done it before. And so the first, I guess, tip that we want to give you is just understand that everything you're feeling is valid and real, and it's okay.
Right.
And then I guess the second thing I want to talk about is embracing it. And what do I mean by that? So you're going through a lot of pain in rebuilding, whether you were betrayed through infidelity, or you had just financial collapse, or you just felt like cats and dogs. You didn't, I don't know, whatever your deal is, it doesn't really matter. There's a separation there. And the pain involved with that is real. And so there's 2 things you can do. You can run away from it and hide from it, or you can embrace it. And the biggest mistake that you can make in rebuilding your marriage is running away from that pain. And I just want to illustrate with a point, you know, that a personal story from me, from a family member. I have a cousin that passed away in Iraq, and he was a soldier over there, and he was you know, killed in action. And at the funeral, I heard my mother over talking with the mother of, you know, my aunt, the mom of my cousin that passed away. Anyways, and I just remember Mom saying to me after that, you know, that my aunt was offered medication to numb the pain of losing her child. And gosh, just like, that just makes sense, you know, let's go ahead and numb it. And she said, this is really cool, because this really just illustrates the point. She said, no, I'm in mourning. I want to feel this pain, and I want to be a part of it. And I just thought that was really, really smart. Not only, I mean, that's a huge deal. But the idea here is she wanted to feel that pain, and you, that's rebuilding your marriage, where you're coming from, you need to feel that pain as well. And the reason you need to feel it and own it and endure it is because at the end of the day, when you are rebuilt, when everything is better, you can look back on that and say, that's the point where I never want to go again. And it gives you strength. You draw strength from that pain. Another thing we had in the military was we had a saying called embrace the suck. Everything sucks in the military when you're on deployment and you're getting shot at and things are bad and it's dirty, it's nasty and sweaty and gross. Embrace it. It ain't getting any better. But here's the thing. Over time, it does get better. Right. And so the second tip, I know it was a little long-winded, but the second tip is don't shy away from the pain. Embrace it and just know that's just where you're at right now.
Right. And if you do try to self-medicate, and I say that in regards to alcohol or drug use, it's just going to prolong the process. And then when we hear things like, how long does it take? Well, you just extended your time a lot if you add that into there.
Yeah, if you ignore the pain, I'm glad you brought that up. If you ignore the pain, it's just gonna make things a lot longer in your rebuilding process and a lot more painful in the end. So anyways.
Absolutely. Yeah. And the final part, I guess, is for you to know that it's not permanent. This pain is going to go away. Right. If you can't reconcile, which we recognize that happens, there will always be a hole there. There will always be something there. It's scarring, right? Whenever you have an injury, your body will scar, right? And that tissue reseals over itself, and it heals, right? It's never quite the same, but it heals, and it's stronger when it's healed all the way. And I think that's kind of a good illustration for you to think of. Once you're healed, you are stronger from this. And this is a great opportunity for you to start getting focused on the Lord and getting that relationship right again. Because a lot of times, if we look to someone else to find our self-worth and to find our value, everybody's going to come short from that. So that's a good time for you to get right with the Lord.
And that's a big reason why the first tip in our 5-step process is focus on God, or fix your eye on God. And when you're coming through this type of situation where there's a lot of pain and a lot of ups and downs involved, it's so important to focus on the Almighty, because He's the only one that's going to pull you through it in the end anyways. And really, I guess, guys, take away from tonight that, yes, you're going to have crazy times. The pain that you're feeling right now is real, is valid. Don't let anyone tell you that it's not. Secondly, don't avoid it, and don't let anyone try to take it from you, because this is where you're going to grow. This is where you're going to become stronger. And I know it's cliche that there's no pain there's no gain without pain. I know that, but it is so true, especially in rebuilding your marriage. It's going to give you and your spouse something to look back on and say, hey, you know what? We never want to go there again. In fact, when me and Maggie even feel like, oh, things are getting a little weird, we automatically come together and we're like, hey, what's going on? Let's figure this out real quick, because we are not going back to where we came from, because it was, no one wants to, you don't want to go back to the pain. And then thirdly, always put your focus where it really needs to be, and that's on God, because at the end of the day, He's the one that's going to pull you through this safe and sound. So hopefully, guys, this helped you out. Just quick little tips on dealing with pain in marriage. We are rebuilding marriage. We know that it's a topic on a lot of people's minds. And Maggie had an idea for next week's video, which we're pretty excited about. Next week's video, we're already working on it. And so why don't you tell them what you wanted to?
Well, we know it's going to be, why do we love our spouse? We know that's kind of be where we're headed. And I want to hear from you guys. And I'm going to be asking really everyone that comes into my path, because I want to hear how, what it is that we think of whenever we think of loving our spouse. There's a book that I've been reading, and I'll share some of that next week, but I want to hear from everybody. So if you would like to chime in on this, please send us a message.
So what's the question?
The question is, why do you love your spouse?
Why do you love your spouse? So you can either give us a comment in the comment section if you want to be public about it, or you can send us a private message. Either way, that way we can kind of, well, we have some ideas and we just want to share with you, but we're not going to reveal too much on this video. You have to wait till next week. And guys, we love you. We hope that these things are helping. We pray for you every single day. Those people out there that show up regularly, we see your names over here, And we love you all, and we know that you will make it through this. We guarantee it. If you just stick through the 5 steps, focus on God, and just continue showing up and helping us help you. And guys, we're Wedlock Warriors. Real life,
Real questions.
real answers. See you next week.